Hey YouTube, welcome back to Get Wrenching. I'm your host Murray. What are we doing today? Well, today we're going to see this little beaker here that I picked up off of Amazon. The test for ethanol and fuel really works. Well, what I'm starting to notice is since gas prices have gone, higher than Willie Nelson, they've added some, ethanol. And I have older vehicles that is not designed to run ethanol at all. I've had injector troubles already, especially with my Jeep and my Chevy, because ethanol fuel's not good. The lubricating principles is not there in the gasoline. The alcohol almost acts like a stripping agent, and it just, and the corrosion and water that's into it, it's not good. Not good at all. Not saying that it's not good for the environment, because yes, it is. But is it good for my machines? No. No. So I picked up one of these things here, use them for small engines, what have you. Very basic instructions onto it. I see these fellows bought these great big beakers and stuff like that. Look like a friggin' science project. $6 I think I paid for that, shipped to the door. I didn't even have to leave my house. Well, let's rip her open, see what's, see what it is. I know my buddy out west there, he used to check for ethanol quite a bit and gasoline, what have you, out there, especially in the high test, especially out in the wild west, because you just didn't know in the northern countries what you're getting for gas. Boy, it could have been seconds, it could have been regular gas, whatever. But everything always checked out good though, mind you. The old Texcan 94, that worked all right. So what do we have? So on the bottle it says gasoline and water. So first, you can see at the back here it says water. You fill that water to that line, and then you fill it the rest with gasoline to that line. So then what you do afterwards, you take the said bottle afterwards, you give her a shake, like so, set her there, walk away for 10 minutes, and come back and double check. So I'll bring you in a little closer, and I'll show you how I'm going to do this, so that way we can do this safely. So YouTube, what I meant is buy, shake, and let it set, and then come back and check it in 10 minutes. So what you're really looking for is the water level to increase. And this will give you a gauge on the side. It'll show you 10%, 20%, all the way through up to like 60, 70, 80% ethanol. So that will give you, if this water level increases and your gas level decreases, that's when you know you have ethanol in your fuel. So how I'm going to do this to make this safe, I just got myself an old water bottle there. A little bit of water was left in the truck, froze, whatever. And I poured a little bit of gasoline in here in my car primer. The old Lucas bottles, they come in handy. So I'll get you lowered down here. So YouTube, now I'm going to add the water. Ooh, spill it all over the side now. This will be a little tricky getting this just right too, I imagine. Oh yeah. Huh. Let's see if I can get her. See if I get her back close there. There, right to the water line there. So now I'm going to want to fill to the top of that arrow with gasoline. And I don't see any other markings on there, so that's what I'm thinking it would be. So let's get her up to there. Oh. Come on there now, shaky hand. Little shaky, don't want to make a big old mess. Light my shop on fire here now. It's the only one I got. There, just like that. So now I'll back you up here. And what I'm going to do is give it a shake. Shake it really good. Like so. And now we're going to set here. I'm going to let this set for 10 minutes, and we'll be back to check on it. Okay, YouTube, so that was 10 minutes. As you can see there, the gas level has dropped. You can see that right there. The gas level has definitely dropped. And now the water level has risen a little bit. So, it's not on the 10% line, but she is just above, telling me that this gasoline has about 2 to 5% ethanol. So YouTube, what do I think of this little tester? Well, I think that's going to come in real handy, especially from an old classic car. Quite surprising to see that there was about 2, like I said, you know, it's not a scientific guess, but you can see it there. It's definitely, the line has definitely risen above the water. And it's almost like it's halfway between the water level and that 10% mark. So like I said, close to 0.5 to 5%. Not good. This is with high test gas, which is Supreme, you know, the high octane, whatever you want to call it. I always run that in all my vehicles, especially my older ones. Like I said, they're not designed to run the ethanol fuels, so I don't really run regular, because that's where you're going to run into it there, YouTube. A lot of times, the regular fuel, they say on the pump 10%. It may not. My buddy, here not that long ago, he went on a road trip down the southern U.S., and boy, what he found along the gas stations along the way, he's like, one gas station would have like 5% ethanol in the regular, and the next one would have 25%. The next one may have, you know, 15%. Like, scary stuff. You run an old car, especially a carburetor that's not really designed for it. You can buy specialty fuel additives and what have you to help with corrosion and whatnot, and, you know, help, you know, stabilize it, because this newer gas, this don't last worth a crap. But, you know, whatever. What do I think about this tool? Well, like I said, for the $6 I paid for it, well, especially for your lawnmowers or your four-wheelers, your snowmobile. My buddy had a snowmobile. He had to keep, like I said, he had to keep checking it. He had a special cylinder head onto it. Can't run that ethanol fuel. It does not like it. So that's going to conclude it for me today, YouTube. If you like what you saw, just remember, leave a like, maybe even a share, and hopefully you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new upcoming content, because, well, that old first-gen Dodge, she's getting ready to go under the knife, and I got some work to do to her so I can get her on the road to get the OBS back off the road so I can start working on her. And I just, you know, may or may not have bought another Jeep Cherokee. Just put that out there for you. So if you do this, YouTube, for a hobby or a living, just remember, stay safe and get wrenching. We'll see you next time.